Hi Aquarius, welcome to your end of March 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So on the 28th of March, there's going to be a full moon at, I think it's 8 degrees of Libra. So for you early degree Aquarians, this is a fellow air sign, and this is going to fall in this really fun area, the fifth house of romance and creativity. So this can be very creative for any type of artistic endeavors. This can be great for coming up with an idea for a business, for your own business. And in terms of love, of really realizing that you love someone and, like it just sinking in that this is the person for you. So that discovery phase. For later degree Aquarians, this is going to be a completely different energy. It's going to be in the fourth house, which is a water house, and it's going to be very emotional and connected to your past. And so maybe something from the past will come up for review. Maybe your family home is sold, even your home right now. I mean, this could be real estate matters, that you sell your house or something like that. That's always a possibility. Obviously, other factors would have to, cooperate. The funny thing is, the first card I drew was the Four of Wands, and that's about a new home. So, wow. Wow, wow, wow. We have some marriage cards and things like that. Yeah, that's a marriage card, all right. That's connected to Taurus. We actually have a couple of Taurus cards here. So the heart of the matter is the Four of Wands. This can be moving house. With bringing up the past position. So this is influences coming in. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Perhaps you've been very driven to earn money to have a down payment for a house. Taurus for Aquarius is your fourth house of home and family. That's another thing that's very interesting about that. So you're going to have a new moon there in May. And so maybe this is kind of like the beginning phases of closing on the house or something like that, selling an old house. Now, this is also, though, a very lively card. So there's a domestic connection, but it's also fire. And fire is very enthusiastic about it. And I could see the sign of Aquarius not being necessarily so gung-ho about the idea of the home base sometimes, because you tend to be very social, and you may like to just kind of have an environment that you live in that is not that complicated to take care of, that you feel, I wouldn't say a nomadic existence or anything like that, but I can just see like an Aquarius person wanting the freedom if they decide all of a sudden to live somewhere else, that they're not tied down to something that they have to sell and things like that. However, there are many different types of Aquarians out there. Maybe you're getting married to a Taurus person, and maybe you met them at work. I don't know. The higher message is the Ten of Cups. This is a card of marriage, commitment, family joy, the pot at the end of the rainbow. So basically, it's kind of agreeing with this Four of Wands that this is a good thing. So, even like if you have children that a child who has announced their engagement, maybe you hold the ceremony in your house even. But I usually don't read the Ten of Cups. Well, no, I mean, I would say that could be it. And the Ten of Cups is saying that the main thing to you is that you want your family to be happy, that it's not about, having a lavish ceremony or, reception or anything like that. And if this is about you and any kind of celebration on your end for yourself, the same thing would apply, is that there's an alignment between what your family thinks of this union and what you do, or the family approves of the new house or something like that. So it's like kind of giving the okay that there is more than just you at stake, and that there is agreement that this is a good thing. So it's a card of harmony. What crosses you is the Two of Wands, and this is typically a card of even like relocation or something like that, but it's in a challenge position. So you may feel like you don't want to make this choice. You don't feel like maybe you want to stay put, but you're getting this tempting offer to, like for a job offer that would take you away from your home base where you have all this happiness, and maybe you're afraid that that would threaten it somehow because you would be far away, or if you had to uproot your children, and you're just, it might be one of those situations. I just closed on a house and now they want me to transfer to another city or another country. And it's just that frustration or that confusion of like, what should I do? Especially if it's a very good choice. And sometimes that does happen where you make this major life change. I mean, I'm assuming, I can't think of anything in my life, but I could just imagine, the person, they finally, decide to buy a house, and then they get like some kind of transfer or something like that. What's coming in is the Queen of Wands. I think this can have different meanings. This is the businesswoman or the career woman. And so in one respect, it could be saying that you can be, if you're a woman and you feel this torn loyalty between your home family, the fourth house space, and this 10th house of career, that kind of thing can feel a little bit daunting, because there's a sense of, what should I do? I'm not sure if this is the right thing. And what I would say about that is that you don't have to choose, but you do have to have a sense of your own sovereignty. So if you're the kind of person, especially if you have inner planets in Pisces, which Aquarians can easily have, the Mercury in Pisces, Mars in Pisces, maybe second guessing yourself and not knowing which direction to progress in. Understanding that sometimes these kinds of things happen, and you have to take the you have to be willing to accept what comes your way. If it is something that's a really great offer, your significant other should be on board to support you in that. If you're getting somebody who is trying to guilt you in any way or imply that you are, going against the family, then that suggests that you don't really have a supportive partner. And that kind of thing can create issues. Now, on the other hand, the Knight of Pentacles, if this is a facet of you, perhaps you've been kind of working so hard that you have to question what is the end game. Because if the Four of Wands is the centerpiece, and yes, it can be a literal home or a new home, but what is in that new home? So the 10 of Cups, that comes in as more of the spiritual message, the higher message or the higher perspective is when you are looking to have a home, it's because you think, and especially if it's a nice home, it's because you want your family to be happy and well taken care of and feeling safe and nurtured. So, of course, those are great values to work towards. But if you're not there for them, if you're working so much that you can't be there for them, then that kind of defeats the purpose. They'll have this structure, and it might be very impressive, but it doesn't have you in it very often. The outcome is the Hierophant, and this is a card of tradition. This is a card of marriage. So if you're someone who has been, kind of on the fence whether or not to commit to somebody, and maybe it scares you to have to live with them, to marry them, because you fear losing your independence, this is a card that may suggest you want a family, or you just want that kind of life that is conventional where you're a couple and that kind of thing. This is also a card that's associated with the spiritual. So it can be that you realize that life isn't just about work. It's about, sharing your life with someone. And so you look at it philosophically and realize that, you were worried for no reason, that this is actually a beautiful time in your life. So I really hope that this resonated with you in some way, Aquarius. If you'd like a personal reading, I do a lot of astrology readings, and I have specials where I combine 2 full-length readings for a special price, either 2 natal chart readings or natal chart and tarot. So you can check out all of these different types of readings at rainamoonastrology.com. The link is below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.